meantime, I'm obviously getting nowhere with this mother. Let's just hope I can make a breakthrough with Janice at bedtime, when I'll be insisting that the children sleep in their own beds and not with their parents.
You go to bed and sleep in your own bed.
I was not very optimistic about it. My husband's top reason for Nanny 911 is because he hates the kids in our bed.
For this to ever be a functioning family, Mum and Dad must have their alone time at night. But since the girls have never slept in their own beds, getting them to do so may be very difficult.
The whole bedtime suddenly became absolute chaos. Both children were crying. Julia was jumping on the bed. Zoe wouldn't lay down.
You gotta stay in the crib.
Julia, she would run down the hallway screaming to come into our bed.
Julie was screaming at the top of her lungs, and I'm thinking, this is miserable, she's miserable. Oh, give me a big hug. But I knew that eventually she would go to sleep. Mommy and Daddy gonna sleep in our bed. And it was hard to listen to, but the end result will be worth it.
And after 20 minutes, Dad is finally able to get Julia to sleep. But something is clearly bothering Janice.
I'm not certain if I want the kids in their own room. I know he definitely wants them out, and Nanny Yvonne wants them out, but I never wanted bedtime to be something that was like traumatic and scary to them.
So what does Mum do? She wakes up Julia out of a dead sleep and brings her downstairs to Kerry.
Mommy and Daddy is still here for you, right, Daddy?
Thus ruining all Dad's hard work.
She wanted me to be miserable because she felt the kids went to bed miserable.
Okay.
She was like almost being spiteful to me.
But the worst is yet to come. Because before I knew it, Janice wakes up Zoe and takes both children back to the family bed for the night.
Julia, something wrong?
I don't agree with going through all that just to put the kids to bed.
I'm afraid that if Janice doesn't cease with her pig-headed ways, this entire family is headed for disaster. As the previous night's bedtime was a tremendous failure, I awake the next day full of determination and enthusiasm.
Morning, everybody.
Only for it all to be crushed with a single snort.
Sit. Sit.
Janice has let the pig back into the house.
He likes to buy his back.
She just takes Mickey as a priority over the children, I think, at times, which drives me crazy.
You have to go easy at him. Look, you're making him nervous.
It's one thing for Janice to resist my rules,
No. Oh, Zoe.
but quite another for her to disregard her children's safety.
Mickey gets excited or nervous. His natural defense is to snap and run.
And sure enough, Mickey finally reaches his limit
No.
and
Stop.
snaps at the baby.
Mick.
And more disturbing than anything else, Janice does absolutely nothing about it. I'm nearing the end of my week with the Delaneys, and Janice is resisting me more than ever. If I'm ever going to have any effect, I'm going to have to take her on once and for all.
Tell me how you feel. We've got a very short time left. Tell me how you're feeling.
I felt like you just came in and were like overly critical and just didn't seem like you had any faith in me whatsoever.
I started to think that I wasn't really going to make a difference in this household because the parents were too busy blaming everybody else for what they were actually doing wrong.
The hands-on day. I felt that I had to ask you for everything, and I felt like I'm their mother, and now I gotta ask you.
But do you remember when we were in the kitchen and I read you off a list of things and I said, where would you expect to find this behavior?
Yes,
What did you both say?
in a zoo.
Janice did not want to hear anybody else's opinion.
I have had enough.
I'm not going to apologize for being harsh and overcritical because I observed things here that I thought were dangerous. No, stop. children walking on tables. I've seen them drinking out of cat bowls, eating pig food.
Did you eat the pig food?
You're obviously loving parents, but you're acting irresponsibly.
But I think there were a lot of things that we do that are good.
Tell me what you think you're doing absolutely right.
I'm not sure.
Even after she'd said that she was doing things right, she still couldn't articulate what they were.
I think you just are very overly critical and not very positive.
I'm sorry if it hurts, but I'm not here to sugarcoat what I say to you. You called me, and I'm here for the children.
I was just done.